What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. As some of you may be aware already, Hal9000 is going to be in this week's Miracle Wish selection, and I think that's a very good thing for a lot of people. There are 4 other heroes. Let me just think. I know Burns is going to be a new hero, Dakota, I think the other one was Guhana and Malia. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have no information on those 2 new heroes yet, Burns and Dakota, but we will get those tomorrow, where you'll obviously get another video with me explaining if they're going to be good or if they're going to be bad. Hopefully we can do that. We try and get it right. Sometimes, you know, can't always get it right. So, Hal9000 Showcase. And I strongly believe this is going to be the target for a lot of people. Because he's just a super friggin' tank. He's just a super tank. He literally is now. And it's funny. It's funny because he was a meme, because he was literally so bad. And now he just isn't bad. He's actually very, very, very good. Almost god tier good. In fact, no, he deserves that. I think he deserves to be god tier good. That's not confirmed, by the way. We'll have to have a video about... We'll have to do a tier list update at some point, because it's been a while. But let's go through Hal9000, what he's going to do for your team, who you can really, benefit from using him with. And we'll do a little showcase as well on that. But he definitely is a huge PvE hero now. We'll talk about his exclusives, skills, emblems, auras. Auras, though, are a little bit iffy for this guy, and I'll explain why in a moment. But first, let's go for his skills. Deals 280% defense damage to a single enemy, deals extra 35% up to 175% defense damage, and restores self-health by the same amount for every 1 debuff the target has. The extra damage ignores defense. Now, we're not really going to be using him to deal damage, okay? So don't just go thinking, okay, I want him to be like Brynhild, and I want him to... I just want to stack him in defense. No, you don't want to just focus on that, and we'll explain more on that in a moment. Genetic Shock, first active skills, deals 400% defense damage to a single enemy, with a 70% chance to reduce the target's attack by 40% for 2 turns. That is huge, but at exclusive level 1, it increases duration of target's attack reduction to 3 turns, with the same chance to reduce the target's crit rate by 50% for 3 turns. Making that a massive E1, honestly. Attack down 2, which is 40%, and then crit rate down 2 by 50%. It's massive. It's a 100% chance once upgraded. It's a 3-turn cooldown. It's a super nice active skill. But that's not the best parts of Hal9000. The best parts are probably part of this. Is passive. When taking fatal damage, Hal9000 is immune to death and removes ally protection granted by him immediately. So what that means is, yes, we haven't spoken about a 4th skill yet, but he does grant all allies ally protection. When he does reach 1 health or takes fatal damage, as you can see, that ally protection will be removed. That will be removed immediately. At the end of his turn, during which this effect is triggered, restores self-health by 20% of his max health and enters repair status for 4 turns. When Hal9000 is under repair status, reduces his direct damage and dot taken by 30%. But the death immunity of self-maintenance cannot be triggered, and protection system cannot be cast. Exclusive level 2. While Hal9000 is under repair status, remember he can't cast his other skills when he's under this. Restores self-health by 4% of his max health at the end of allies, excluding self-turn. Hal9000 gains 1 layer of fix at the end of all allies and enemies' turns. Consumes all layers of fix immediately to reduce the duration of repair by 1 turn when he has 6 layers of fix. So it doesn't take too long to build up that fix, but you can see exclusive level 2 being huge here as well for him. I mean, I say huge, there are ways that we can get around that without having to be exclusive 2. And I'll just say now, heroes like Marvel and Alahan, making everyone's health the same again, because let's face it, if everyone's taking less damage and Hal9000 is down to 30% and we equalize health, he's back up to 90% or 80%, because he does take so much damage from his allies, meaning he's not even going to go into repair status, even at high-end content. Okay. Protection system grants all allies excluding self ally protection for 4 of Hal9000's turns, meaning it's always active. Always active as long as you don't hit fatal damage. Hal9000 takes 50% of damage dealt to allies with ally protection, so 50% is huge, right? Granted by protection system. Meanwhile, during a validity, I always struggle to say this word, validity period. See, it's not that hard, card. Validity period. There we go, we've got it. Validity period of ally protection granted by Hal9000 increases his max health cap by 25% for every one ally protected by him. That's a lot of health. Not only that, exclusive level 3 reduces 15% damage taken by allies with ally protection granted by protection system, increases Hal9000's max health cap to 40% for every one ally protected by him. So that's an extra 160% health increase to him on top of what he has already here. As you can see, is 720,000. It's a big boost to him. I think he sits at around like 1.88, 1.9 million without health up. So we did go through the exclusives. Which ones are vital? Which ones do you want most? I mean, definitely level 1. And level 3 is huge as well. Level 2 is nice, but we can kind of elude this, right? I still think players are going to get huge help from Hal9000. Isn't that exclusive level 1? I really do. I really do think that. Emblems, this is what I currently have set up for PvE. As you can see, it's not quite finished. It's not quite finished. We have gone for, though, Tough Skin. Shares 80% of the damage taken by an ally with less than 30% health for one turn of this ally. This skill has a 2-turn cooldown, and each target can only be protected by one hero at the same time. That's because, you know, if, for instance, another hero is taking fatal damage, I don't want him to be protected by Hal9000, and let's be honest, is he really going to gain much from speed 75? I mean, maybe some people you'll need to do that for speed tuning. Max health by 24% also could be very, very nice. But I have been trying this one out. Obviously, we've taken defense, we've taken damage reflect, we've taken effect resistance, we've taken increased tenacity, control resistance, damage received reduced. That's important. A self-health is reduced by 25% or more by direct damage with a single skill. Restores self-health by 9% of max health. Important. When he has a shield, damage taken decreased. Healing effect is increased. That means he should heal faster, if I'm corrected, right? For allies with less than 50% health, healing effect is 9%. I don't even know if this helps him, actually, this one. Selfish, when inflicting a buff or debuff successfully, increases self-speed. And turn meter reduction taken is decreased also. I'll probably choose this one, better and better, maybe, just to try and increase the duration of that crit rate down, attack down too, but, you know, that's still a low chance. Auras, okay, so we was talking about auras earlier, and I said that, you know, could be tricky. Well, I mean, it is tricky, because, like, a lot of support heroes, you just want to throw freaking Recovery Horn Aura on, right? It's a 3-turn cooldown and a 4-turn cooldown, but we really do like to use Recovery Horn Aura on heroes like Catherine. Where we get that double turn, because we're getting a double heal, the same as Wim. We know we're throwing up a shield and then we're hitting again with skill 2, and it's a double heal because we're using active skills more often. But I do feel like this is important to have Recovery Horn Aura, or even extra Recovery Aura, because, I mean, he is taking a lot of health away from the allies, or a lot of healing, a lot of damage. So maybe it's more important for him to heal more in between. That could be a way to go. I mean, maybe even Dwarven Blessing Aura, so we could increase his health. Further increases 50% as Dwarven Ruins. This potentially could be a good shout as well. Hang on, what does the game recommend? Okay, they do recommend Dwarven Blessing Aura. Extreme Evasion Aura as well reduces the crit damage taken, or the chance of a crit rate. Extra Recovery Aura, here you go. So, I mean, it's pretty similar to what I'm suggesting. Survival Aura, the lower the health for less damage. This is a huge one. Survival Aura, that is massive. That is massive. That's actually crazy. That should go to Legend Aura right there, for those of you thinking, well, I want to throw a Legend Aura on mine. This will be nuts. If you can have that at 40%, what is it? 1, 5, and 8. 8's a bit tricky to get. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying Recovery Horn Aura at the moment. Again, he is a solid hero, but you will want to, you know, pair him up with the likes of a health equalizer like Marvel, like Alahan. I'm not saying he's not good about it. I'm just saying he's more useful with it. Um, I haven't even tried him with Paulin yet. You know, for the max health increase, that's also going to be very useful. The game does tell you to go for health and defense only. I've gone more down the health route, but I've also gone for speed because I want him casting it early on. And when we get later on in dungeons, the enemies are very fast, right? The enemies are fast, so we do need him to be fast enough. And, you know, he does need more defense here. I don't feel like his defense is super strong. It's only 35k. We could have easily got this to 40k, and I haven't. But the health is good. I'm happy with it at 720k. I'll just show you the gear I've thrown on my Hal9000. I have gone for speed gear because, you know, I really like speed gear. I don't think you can go wrong with speed gear. Yes, it would be nice to have a feather set, maybe. We could do with a speed and defense set. That would be nice as well. And you will want a bit of effect here, okay? Like you see, I've got 62% here. You will want that for his skill too, to hit crit rate down and attack down as well. But on the speed set, I've gone for health rate mainly. Obviously, I wanted some speed as well. But you can see health rate was on that base health on here, some speed and health rate again. You could switch this up with defense rate, okay? This is more personal preference on which you would like it to be. If you've got better rolls in defense rate, I would throw that on him. I'd feel safe in that as well. But for me, I had much better health rate rolls. Here again, we've got a double health rate roll, attack rate as well. But, you know, this is only a 12-roll piece. In fact, let me roll this up to 16 because I feel like it's worth it. It's a health rate, a double health rate roll, and speed. Can it go defense rate? No, it goes attack. Again, you can't be lucky every time. Can't be lucky every time. But, I mean, this sounds put him at 2166. We've gone for base health with speed. And again, I've only chosen this because I needed that 79 speed. I needed him to be faster than certain other heroes on my team. I've gone for affect it to increase this by quite a dramatic amount. We could have gone for defense, maybe. But, you know, I did want to go affect it route. It's got health rate on it, speed on it, defense rate as well. Only a little bit, but it is some. We've gone for a speed artifact as well. Again, if you've got enough speed or you don't need him quite that fast, then feel free to throw a defense piece on him and roll speed defense rate or something like that. But we've got speed and health rate here. It's a bad artifact. It is a bad artifact. Have I got anything else here? What's this? No. Health rate, defense. You know what? I think I'll just take that one over this other one. I don't mind losing 3.5% effect here, gaining 854 defense. You see how easy it is to build defense if you really want it. I mean, that's just one roll. 7.7% gives you, quite a bit of a chunk. So it probably would benefit me to push more defense into him, but I'm happy with his stats at the moment. But enough blabbering on and all this. You want to see him in action. What does he do? What does he do with a team? You know, if I'm pulling for him, what does he do, Carzak? So let's have a little look. Let's go into campaign a moment. We always do this. We always do a bit of campaign. Do you know what? That's another thing I need to do. I need to push my master campaign as well, like massively. So we've got Hal9000 here. We've got Marvel. We've got Rista and Nita. I just want to. Okay. We're just gonna leave it like this. With Nita, and I'm not going to try and nuke through everything. That'll just be pointless. Let me just show you how Marvel and Hal compare up together. So, for instance, we can extend the buffs. I know there's no buff extension on right now, but we've also got Consolidation 2 on there. I don't really want to be boosting that, but we are going to just put the attack up on there. We're not going to AoE nuke. We're going to defend here. We're going to put on a defensive stance. Right, so there's the protection system. Now, I mean, with Marvel as well, we've got an option here. Hey, do we reduce the cooldown of what we've just used on everyone? Or do we wait another turn or 2 turns just so we can equalize the health? Like, for instance, you'll see now. I don't want to kill. Oh my god, are they going to kill? Has this become a pointless? Alright, so that was a little bit of damage. Probably not a good idea having Nita and Rista in here because we're just going to blow things up. But you can see a little bit of damage there. And say that he was down to 50% now and everyone else was down to, say, 90. we could easily just go, hey, equalize the health, and he's back up. His protection is solid still. His protection is solid. Let's push through this wave a moment. Let's this wave here, we're not gonna cast that on Rista. We're not gonna boost the attack because that was silly. That was silly as well because I just missed casting it on Hal9000 as skill. Stupid. Here we go. So here's the protection system. I mean, you can see, like, that's taking 50% of that ally's damage. In fact, it's a bit more, isn't it? It's 65% because of the exclusive 3. We don't want to kill. Right, let's reduce this cooldown here. Everything's dead. Everything's dead. Friggin' dead. Now, on a boss like this, obviously he is going to debuff it. He is going to debuff it, but I just want to show... wait, they have... No, that's a protection with Rista. That's the protection with that. See, we're not taking hardly any damage from this, are we? This is silly. Obviously, we've had that debuffed. But it's nice because we can reduce that cooldown with, say, Marvel. And Hal would come back round for another turn. And he'd have it back up, you know, fast. Fast. It's there, ready. We can extend the buffs as well if we was using friggin' attack up, which we're not. Which we're not. And Brista's even doing damage. It's funny because how far we've advanced with this. Do you remember when this was hard, guys? Do you remember when Hal1210 was hard? Alright, enough of that. Enough of that. We don't want to see that. Let's go into Rum 33. Tough. You know, Rum 33 is still tough, right? Especially if you don't have the likes of Santa in a team. Little Jack. Yes, I only got my little Jack to E1. I'm gutted by that, by the way. Yeah, really gutted. So, let's take out Hazonya here, man. I want to bring in Andraz, I think. So I want to bring in Andraz to this. We just bring in Rista. Let's bring in Rista. Real fresh team here. Real fresh team. Look, Magdi, Marvel, Rista, Hal9000, and Anita. So we've got 3 brand new heroes, and we've got 1 reworked hero. So good to see, but there's no abuse of Nicholas here. There's no Catherine in this. There's no Ben Alston in this. There's no Nidrold in this. There's no Hazonya. There's no, you know, any hero you're used to seeing. Any hero you're used to seeing. So we also have Toxic Gas as well as a consolidation. So we should kind of spread that about a bit. We should really spread that about a bit. But between the likes of Magdi, Nita, and Rista, I mean, the damage is very nice. I'm not going to use a skill. No, I will use skill 4. Is it going to nuke it? It should do. Yeah, it nukes it very nicely. That's because Rista and Magdi with a Toxic Gas attack up 2. You know, it's a really nice combination. But this is where it gets interesting because we're into the second wave. We have no Toxic Gas and consolidation because I messed up. So we're going to throw the shield on from Magdi a moment without the extra buffs for our poison layers. We're going to throw on protection system. And we're going to see how this pans out here because this is a lot of damage, okay? Look, there you go. All right, but he did take a ton of damage. He took a ton of it. So let's go back in. Let's go back in with... We need consolidation. Oh my goodness. I need to buy Voyage dice. Have I even got enough? I need to get some more gems. Right, let's try again. And I want to see if we can sustain that. With just consolidation. We'll use Toxic Gas to nuke down this. Okay, so we're into the second wave at the moment, and this is testing. You know, it's nice for you to see it at this kind of stage where it's tough. So there's consolidation 2, meaning we're taking less damage. Magdi puts on his Toxic Barrier. Here comes Ally Protection. And there you go. That's the difference. That's how big consolidation is in this game. The same as Toxic Gas. That's how big it is. But now we can go, wow, our Hal9000 is low health. He's really low health, which he is low, and we're going to lose ally protection soon if we're not careful. So let's equalize it. Let's also reduce the cooldowns of our heroes. And, you know, that's also a really nice factor to pair these up together. And you can see why. You can see why. I don't know if we're going to be able to clear this, though, with this team. It was a bit of a weird touch. There you go. Okay, so he did protect Rista from fatal damage, but he lost to ally protection because Hal went under. Hal went under. So, you know, this team won't clear it. I didn't want to, say, bring in a team that you see and just wreck something. I want you to see the potential of how he works and how he heals and how he protects. You can see he is in this repair status currently. It's gone now because he's up to full health again. But he cannot cast any skills because this hasn't disappeared, which is why it's important to keep him full health. That is important. Let's just see. Oh, we don't have buff protection. Okay. I was hoping we did. And that's not going to do anything. Another way around this as well is if you was to pair up Hal with someone who's buffing defense up. Let's just say Paulin. Let's bring Paulin in a moment. Let's get rid of Rista. Let's bring in Paulin in a moment. And we'll just see the difference. We'll see the difference in how this goes. So what is it? I mean, when he comes in, he's at 728, 35k defense. We don't need to boost anything here because we should be able to sort of one-nuke this, even without attack up 2. Yeah, okay. So Rista didn't really bring much to his team currently there, which we thought he was. So we're onto this, and obviously we want a consolidation. We're not going to shield this time though, and we're going to throw on health up along with stealth and all that malarkey. We're going to throw on protection system, but now Hal has increased health 1.1 million, and then with this he has 2.25 million. So he's really pumping now. He's really pumping. So he's got a lot to take in. I mean, look at this. That's a lot of damage. There's 5 AoEs. Everyone is at, let's say, 70% pretty much. He's protected them so well. And then we can equalize. And he's not going to go into that repair status. It's for on his shield as well now. It's an increased shield because of the poison layers for Nita. We're not going to throw up defense from Paulin. I don't think we can clear it still. It's just more a show of strength here from Hal. We are going to put up defense now. I'm not going to use my ultimate, but I don't think we can we can't get past, what the hell is it called? Nasakma. I don't. Someone actually mentioned this the other day. How I say Nasakma, and it should be Nasakma. Is it? I don't know. I just say Nasakma. Alright, so this is pushed through, and obviously we've got all of our cooldowns left, but I don't, like I said again, I don't think it's going to be enough. Let's put on a block removal, let's throw on toxic gas. So we could take the initial nuke. Hal isn't as fast as the boss. Let's heal up, etc. And let's hope that our protection doesn't get removed. Or can Nita do the wonder here and actually kill this dude? I don't think. No, close. But you can see we did have buff removal, or the friggin', what's it called? The buff removal resist. And, you know, we've still got a lot of everything. We don't need to cool down anyone's skills yet. We're going to do it on the next turn. Let's throw a shield up as well, even though we have buff block on. Let's crit rate down and attack. Okay, only attack down 2 landed. Let's equal out the health. Let's now have that cooldown reduced for our other heroes. Let's extend it. Shield again. Yeah, I mean, I can throw this on auto because this is just... He isn't going to kill anyone. This boss, he's not going to be able to... Look at this. because that's how strong the team is now. This is a prime example. Now, Ram 33, he will increase his damage as he goes on, but we have attack down 2 on. We also get crit rate down 2 on when it lands. There we go, so that's landed as well. But just look at this. Marvel healing, we have defense up 2, we have health up 2 from Paulin, we have equalization, we have ally protection, we have a shield from Magdi, we have increased poison damage down, and, you know, it's just a different kind of team. It's a different kind of team, and it's nice to see it. It's refreshing to do. It's refreshing because, yeah, okay, the only hero in here who is, like, people know about is Paulin, right? But not a lot of people care for these other heroes so much. I mean, Nita, yes. I don't see many people making a use of Marvel like they could be. Magdi as well. He is very good. But, again, is he as good as Rista? That's tricky. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. We only have 5 spaces on a team. If we had 6, that could change things up even more. But you can really see it here. How good Hal9000 is. How good he is. And he is. He is at E3, though, remember, as well. There hasn't been any threat here whatsoever, has there, by this boss? Oh, there we go. But he is very late now. It still wasn't enough to remove the ally protection, though. He took 18 million damage. He took 18 million damage. Wait, no, that's not... Is that what that is? That means that Magdi took 19 million... What? No. What is this? What is this? I know this is heals. What is this? Isn't that like who took the damage? I know. Needs to do... Yeah. Okay. So you can see how he works here. Let's have a look at Wizard's Eye a moment, because I was talking to someone about this. I did get to stage 27. 3-starred it as well. Before, you could see this was with Alec. This was without Hal9000. So I could push 26, 27 with Hal9000. In this team, Alex, Space, Hal, Arna, and Nidrold. I'm just trying to think who could be replaced here in order to push 28, because it is tough. I'm going to show 27 in a moment. I'm going to show stage 27 because 28 is rough. I don't think I've actually tried it that much, but is ally protection on? Yes, it is. It's best to hit Grandy first, to be honest. But it just gives us so much protection. Look at this. Especially paired up with Alec as well, may I add. They really do make a great team together. They should be brothers. Robot brothers. They're robot brothers. Yeah. They should be. And it's weird seeing them together. Because, like I said, he used to be such a meme. No one cared about him. And now seeing Hal and Alec on the battlefield together is kind of cool. I quite like it. Oofed. I wasn't expecting that to die so much. That may have buggered us up for the boss. Whoops. Alright, speed down helps. Space is huge here still, by the way. Attack down, crit down. Alright, so the next hit is removing buffs, and that's okay. We don't have ally protection here at the moment, but it will be up in a bit. So maybe actually that worked out very good. Maybe that works out very good. There we go. So that's all removed. We are naked. And then we get to put it up so it's on for when he does do his big nuke. We can put defense up, etc. on. There comes ally protection. Remember, this is Wizard's Eye 27, so it is quite late on. And again, we're meeting this boss that we just faced in campaign. Okay. He took quite a bit of damage. You can see that this boss does hit hard, alright? It does hit hard. We save ally protection. And we save that too. Okay, so now we're naked again. And then we get to refresh all of our buffs. And it's like rinse and repeat, really. I mean, it's between Alec and Hal. Solid team. Maybe we could do something in dungeons between those two as well. Seeing this now, seeing this between them both, is impressive. It's impressive. I mean, that should really hurt. And it doesn't. It just doesn't. This nuke though, okay, good. You can heal with space, and then we get to refresh our buffs again. I mean, it does feel quite long-winded, this battle. It does feel quite long-winded, but it's successful, and that's what matters. And it's also a little bit brain dead as well. Like, you don't need to really cast in a certain order. Other than miss it, you know, don't mess up on that bit, because that could mess you up a little bit. I don't know how it would go if we threw it onto auto. It would probably mess up the rotation with that when the boss does debuff. I mean, let me know what you think. What do you think about Hal9000's rework? Are you excited for him? Are you going to be pulling for him now? Come Miracle Wish. Do you want him in your team? Are you impressed by him? Are you impressed by his showcase? Or do you think, nah, he's not for me? And that's that done. So yeah, I like him. You know, I think especially people that had him before, with how bad he was, are going to be so happy that he's now so good. He isn't a PvP hero though. In fact, I haven't even tried him in PvP. And what mark is he? Is he blue mark? He is. He would also be huge for Blue Mark Tower. He would also be huge for it now. Okay, it's been a long video. It's been a 33-minute video. Oh my god, and I just realised I'm in the centre of the screen the whole damn time. I am so sorry. Well, it's too late to change that now, isn't it? And I really don't want to be going over it again. I really don't. I really don't. So, I apologise for that. That was in the middle. And I'll see all of you on the next video. Take care. Have a fantastic day, evening, wherever you are. Goodbye.